Welcome. I am Nick Patterson with the Art of Encouragement, and I've got my amazing friend here, Mark Guy. How's it going, Mark?
Hey, Nick, Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to everyone who's watching us, experiencing this new awakening, this new call, this new opening. And I think this is an exciting place to be, no matter where you are in the world.
Absolutely. So tell me everything. How is your new year going? What all's happening this year for you?
I have been working really hard, and we have been working really hard. So the last quarter of previous year have given me this momentum to push forward. So I want to bring that momentum together in 2025 with our show, with other projects, and also I want to be able to work smarter, not just harder, because burnout is real, and sometimes we don't take enough time to really reconstitute ourselves and re-energize ourselves. So the last thing I want is a burnout, but rather I want to welcome this new year with new energy. How about you, my friend?
Absolutely. Energy is everything. Energy is contagious, and energy is what allows us to build momentum. And momentum is key this time of the year. Whenever we set ourselves you know, to achieving a new goal, those milestones, often we set those as resolutions. And a lot of people get really disillusioned with resolutions. But I believe it's important for us to dream big dreams. It's important for us to reach and to go as far as we can. And if we think of change and we're reminded of past failures at New Year's, oh, I didn't keep that. I'm not going to do this. We set ourselves up for a can't mentality or a won't mentality. Well, I know myself and I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. Come on, believe in yourself and believe in those around you to help you make your dreams come true. I believe that's just vital. It's important. And as we look to 2025, you and I have set out a lot of goals and we've established a lot of dreams this year for the art of encouragement. Um, what do you think about those? And do you want to share any of those with our audience today?
Well, we have decided and looked at our engagement, at our broadcast, our presence. And I agree, everyone needs real encouragement right now. There's disillusionment, there's people feel sore and wounded maybe over the last few years. There's a lot of things happening in the world, internally, into each person, and a lot of people want to protect themselves from the chaos or through different things. So our position have always been, and I think will always will be, to offer real encouragement to real people, and that's what our mission is. We will have more tools to reach people through different platforms. So that's a big thing for us. And I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
Absolutely. And as you're sitting there watching with us today, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Number one, how can I encourage myself? How and think about that. Often, especially if we're positive people, we can be the only ones around committed to always living in a positive atmosphere. So, how do we keep ourselves encouraged while embracing challenges with both courage and grace? You know, what would you say to that? How can we encourage ourselves, Mark?
Yeah. And we are not operating in a vacuum. We're always interacting with someone in our family, in our community, at our work, all the touch points that make this beautiful constellation that is our life. I have known that, well, you can say to somebody, let me give someone the honest feedback. Let me give them what I really think about. And I don't care if it's kind. I don't care if it's if it's gentle. I'm just going to give it to them
I
because I
thought you were
want
about to
to.
say a name there. It's like,
No,
what?
no, no, no
I'm
names, no
just
names.
joking.
And but even if I will, so what? So
There
what,
you
right?
go, buddy.
We name it, we name it. But and you think, okay, so you sometimes people forgo gentleness, gentle approach and kindness, and they say to themselves, well, I just got to be this way, the challenges will make the other person grow. What we fail to realize, the words that are not gentle, not kind, not considerate, not gracious may inflict real pain to someone from which the other person has difficult way of getting out. So I don't think we serve anyone with we're doing anyone any favors if we forego being kind and gentle in pursuit of challenging someone. So that is my thing, is I can still offer objective feedback and my insight, but I'm still going to be kind, because the words or something else can hurt and can trap someone and bring pain, which is not necessary.
You're absolutely right. Words have power to both heal and to tear down. And you and I were talking before the show today, and we were talking about our word of the year, both ours individually as well as the art of encouragement's word of the year. And I got really excited about that. Mark, would you share with our audience today what is your personal word of the year and why?
I have been thinking about this with a certain degree of intensity. One of my official words is exploration, and I want to explore new ways of connecting, new ways of sharing information, new ways that I explore what I can do and what kind of legacy I can create. And this morning, I have another revelation. What if, in addition to exploration, the word intuition? What if we listen to our intuitive sense and allow intuition guide some of the unconventional decisions, unconventional thoughts? So it's a double word for me. It's exploration and intuition. Perhaps it could be exploration of intuition. And I know it bleeds over into the our broadcast today as well.
Absolutely. Well, when you said that, Mark, about intuition, I thought what a perfect word for the art of encouragement, because encouragement is about knowing both instinctively and deeply when someone needs a kind word, when someone needs a boost of confidence, or even a guiding hand like you've given me so many times. Intuition allows us to connect, I would say, authentically. um, Intuition helps us to sense unspoken struggles that we may know nothing about. Intuition allows us to offer meaningful words of support instead of just empty platitudes without waiting for someone to explicitly request those words. Or, you know,
Mm,
and when we trust our inner compass, which that's what intuition is to me, uh, we can inspire others in ways that feel both genuine and timely. You know,
mm,
and I think that's the essence of who you and I are, is that we may not always be on others' times, but we're on time, and we're relevant when we need to be. And
mm,
that transforms both our lives, um, individually, Mark, but it also transforms the lives of others collectively. And in 2025, I'm hoping that the art of encouragement invites us, our audience, um, and those that we haven't yet met to embrace intuition, the intuitive approach and that's going to strengthen our ability to both encourage and uplift with both purpose and precision. So,
Yeah. This is interesting. So imagine a scenario. We have a guest coming in, and we say to this guest, well, at the start of this year, we have decided to designate this word intuition, and we want you to talk about it. And the guest will say, who? What?
or either they'll say, I
What?
had a feeling you would ask that.
You had a feeling. Of course, you had a feeling. That's the thing. That's the thing. And I think it's a challenge. It's a challenge for people to wrestle with their intuition and hearken it to the surface again, not just to be somewhere in the shadows, but bring it forth, bring it up to the surface, and not to be afraid to call it intuition, and explore it, and not to have all the ready answers, but be comfortable with sitting with the uncomfortable um,
Yes,
place.
absolutely.
That's my
And
thoughts.
well, thank you. And my word for the year is resonance.
Hmm.
And resonance for me means lasting impact, um, through both harmony and connection. It's a musical word, but it's also a word that I believe can really translate to a lot of different scenarios. Musical resonance, it both amplifies and sustains sound. And here in the art of encouragement, I hope that our encouragement is amplified, that it spreads its influence to all the different social media outlets that we're working with this year. And between purpose and action, intention, impact, all of those things just kind of mix together and allow us to take resonance as we take residence, and
Mm.
as we become, friends with so many people that we might not ever meet, but that every interaction will have both impact as well as leave a meaningful and enduring impression. um, Resonance, it means living in tune with our own values, I believe, internally. Um, Resonance creates those ripples of hope, and I believe it brings to mind just transformation. And I know I'm stepping out on a limb there with all of these different meanings of the word that should be just amplified sound. But I've internalized that particular word, and you'll see it a lot in my posts because I want my music and my life, as well as our work here at the Art of Encouragement, to have resonance. I want us to
Mm.
amplify it. I want us to go exploring, and I want us to go places that our intuition takes us. So I love
Yeah.
it.
I have so many thoughts as you were speaking. You know what this show is? This weekly dose of encouragement. Yes, we encourage others, and this is our purpose. But we also encourage
Yes.
each other and ourselves. So even just listening to you and talking to you, I have born some ideas that I'm going to try and I'm going to implement in my life and with my family and in my community and in our mutual community as well. So you, everyone who's watching, you need a friend. You need a trusted ally, a trusted companion like Nick and I, or
Yes.
somebody in your life, a trusted person that you can trust, trust to share, that you will not be ridiculed or rejected, or just discarded. You need a friend. So if you have one, be grateful, or just be grateful no matter what. If you don't have one, explore and find the intuition and resonance to have that friends or collection of friends and just trust, because there's only few things in the world that are better than our trusting and genuine friendship. So I appreciate you, my friend, because you are my true friend, and I
Absolutely.
mean it from I mean it with
Absolutely.
everything.
Over
Yeah,
3 years now, we have been friends. Isn't that awesome?
and hopefully for the next 30.
Oh, absolutely. But, it seems at times, like I've just met people, but no, it's enduring now. It's lasting. Yeah, beyond our toast tank and TEDx talk, it, it has it's developed into a wonderful friendship. And speaking of TEDx, now I know that you're very plugged in with the TEDx Ocala community, and you did it. If you haven't seen Mark's TED Talk, you need to go watch it today, like actually yesterday. But we'll put the link to his TEDx talk in the chat. But I'm so excited to be working with my first mentee with who is giving her TEDx talk February 1st. And she's the nation's leading expert on, guess what? Have I shared this with you already? On
No, no, go ahead.
dyslexia. On
Wow.
dyslexia. She has millions of followers around the world already. And she is just, I mean, she already had her talk just about done when she and I intersected. She had worked with, a couple of different coaches and that sort of thing. But the way she's been able to respond to the questions I've asked her is just, it's beautiful. And, not, hey, change this, do this. But guess who I learned from? I learned from you. I learned to give people space. I learned to accept them for how they are. She doesn't need to give my TEDx talk, she needs to give her own. And when we allow people to be their authentic selves and to come into their own element, it's amazing to see what affirmation and encouragement can do. When we affirm people, we say, you're already the essence of what you were hoping to be. Now live in it, speak in it, walk in it, grow in it. And it was it's been humbling, and it's been just wonderful to see that transformation both within her and within myself, because typically I like to, you know do it this way, and I've not done that with this. And instead I've really given space and leaned on the coaching I was given, and I so appreciate that. That instead of coaching in a way that gives demands, we spark creativity. That's what it's all about.
Mm, such a
So,
powerful place of realization. And
oh
you're
yeah,
right. If we truly allow people, of course, we're not going to agree on everything. We're not going to see eye to eye all the time, or
no,
agree, or believe the same things. But that's the that's the that's the juice, right?
that
So I'm
is
gonna, I am in a position to give you space to be who you are, so you can be the best. I may guide you. I may have a discussion with you, but you drive the ship, or you drive the bus. And I'm just happy to be along on the ride. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And I think I've shared this with you, but that weekend, it's coming up at the end of this month. I go to TEDx Eustis on January 31st. So that's the last Friday of the month.
Wow.
And then the first are the talks. But I'm going to be leading the first TEDx Eustis Orchestra compiled of boomwhackers.
Wow.
And I've never touched a boomwhacker. And that's part of the challenge here. is to be able to compose something for an instrument I've never touched and to teach it to a different group of people who are going to perform it on the TED stage within 1 hour. So, challenge accepted from your friend Nick here. And I'm, I think the closer we get, the more terrified I am, but we're going to have a wonderful time with boomwhackers.
I hear that there's an Arctic blast coming this week and the next
Ooh.
week. So when you said the closer it comes to that time, you feel more nervous. You know, use the environment, use the season to calm and appreciate the space you are in instead of being distracted by phone and letting somebody else feed the agenda inside your brain. Have the courage to do something that you don't do and allow yourself to embody the be the present, do something that, some of the best time that I spend during the day is without my phone. I
Yes.
intentionally leave it somewhere else. I don't have access to it. And all I can do just stay within my own space and just be grateful. So while you approach that very special time, January 31st and February 1st, take advantage of the environment and nature all around you. And this is not just for Nick and me. I hope everyone can do that. It's such a
Yeah,
difference maker.
that's it. And you know, we were talking about intuition earlier, and I think that there's a quote from Rumi that comes to my mind, and it is the quieter you become, the more you can hear your intuition guiding you toward meaningful connections. And that's just
Mm.
not connections with each other, but that's connections with if you're working on a speech, if you're working on a book, if you're working on, musical composition, just still yourself, be quiet, and you can hear where you're supposed to be going. Listen. And, that's
So
that's who we
powerful,
are.
Nick. That's a powerful quote. I love a well timed Rumi reference.
Yes. Um, and I think it's important um, for us to listen to those quotes and not just read them. It's one thing to hear something; it's another to listen. And one of my favorite quotes is, "Some people feel the rain, and others just get wet."
What a great quote. What a great quote. I wonder how would that translate to snow? Some people
Yes.
So-
Oh my
but it's
word.
something maybe perhaps we can explore in a future session.
That's it. Why did the intuition cross the road?
I don't know why.
To guide the chicken to greener pastures of encouragement.
There you have it, everyone. This is
That's who
our
all you.
that's what we have here. Thank you all. Thank you, Nick.
Yes, I love it. But as we end today, I just want to encourage everyone: find your own word, have fun with that word, and you know, Albert Einstein really did say the only valuable thing is intuition. The only valuable thing is intuition. And as you move forward this year, listen to your heart. Listen to where you're supposed to go. If it seems scary, then it's probably going to be challenging. Don't be afraid of challenges. Face those challenges head on and move into the life you're supposed to have. If you're not going to make your dreams come true, no one else is. There's not going to be a magic phone call one day that says, "Hi, you're our next movie star and we're going to give you millions of dollars." It's not going to happen unless you're putting yourself into auditions and you're really working at that. If you're waiting for that magical phone call, it's like waiting on the magic school bus. Put yourself out there and expect to succeed, because every door that closes is one closer to the one that opens. And you've got with you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world's going to throw at you. Believe that, hear that, and receive that. This is a new year. These are new beginnings. So we hope you will explore, that you'll listen to your intuition, and that you'll have resonance all around you, because you're striking the right chords for you and for others. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week. We are live right now on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And it's wonderful seeing everyone each week. And if you would like to be one of our guests on the show, we would love to have you. Just reach out. Our new website, theartoфencouragement.com, will be up here in the next week or so. We will have merchandise and, of course, our best selling book available there. So, thank you again for being part of the Art of Encouragement, and be an encourager. The world has enough critics already. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.